Right, so with that out of the way, let's do some. As soon as I desync the Pro Controller, because I don't want that to waste battery, let's do some Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, also known as Street Fighter V 1.0, because this game really should have been in this state when it first came out. But you know, gotta get those AAA experiences out as early as possible just to get the money and don't give much back. But at least it's a free update. So that much is good, because I already had the base game, I just didn't play it until now. So let's get this started, just need to boot the game up real quick. I've got the Steam version by the way, so hopefully there won't be any crashes like some games I've been playing recently. Looking at you, South Park, Ubisoft. Just waiting for this. Like, it's showing up on the screen, but I'm waiting for the borderless window program to kick in so I can see the window properly. Because I kinda like playing PC games in borderless windowed mode, which not all games support, but I've got a tool that like makes it do it for you, which is kinda neat. Hang on a second, this isn't quite... Yeah, the borderless window thing, like I set it up earlier, but it's not quite working, so let me just try to fix that real quick. Yeah, it's not doing what I thought it would. 1 second, I'm gonna try to fix this. Right, borderless settings. Where is it? I'm looking through the... I'm just looking through the settings to try find like all the different... And here we go, apply. There we go. It didn't make a difference for you guys, but it certainly made a difference on my end. So that it looks more viewable on my screen. So, welcome to Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. There is one caveat about this version of the game that I found out about a little while back. So here's the deal. If you bought the base game, you get the update for free. And the selling point of Arcade Edition is that you get the Season 1 and 2 characters for free. So naturally I thought, oh cool, I'm going to get the Season 1 and 2 characters and I don't have to like put work into unlocking or paying for them. But if you own the base game and you update for free, you still have to work toward unlocking Season 1 and 2 characters. So I don't have any extra characters compared to what was there to begin with. So that's a little bit annoying, but whatever. I suppose I can work toward that. It might take a while, but I will eventually unlock characters. There's also Season 3 characters that launched alongside the Arcade Edition, so those are also something to work towards. And look, we've got an arcade mode! Yay! Something that should have been there a year and a half ago. We've got a story mode, we've got the verses of course, challenges, which are like daily things to unlock points, to get points to unlock characters and shit. Training, battle, you can do online of course, I might do some online afterwards. But I'm just gonna start with some arcade and build up toward that. Oh, what's this? Oh, it's like different styles of arcade mode, right, okay. Right, hang on a second, I'm gonna have to move the chat so that I can actually read that because the restream is kind of blocking the description. 1 moment. I'm gonna make this more workable on 2 monitors. Let me know if the chat is still working. It should still be working, but just in case. Right, here we go. Street Fighter launched in August 1987. This game started the Street Fighter legacy. Story of chronological order 1. Young Ryu and Ken test the fruits of their training against the strongest fighters in the world. Oh, that's cool. It kind of tells you the actual order to go in, like, for story. I think I'm just going to do the standard 8 battles then. I don't think you really need to go in chronological order, you can just do whatever. But I think the more battles you do, the bigger reward you get. But we'll do 8 fights. 3, CPU difficulty. And it goes as high as hard and low. There's only 3 difficulty settings. I was kind of hoping for a bit more options for that. Like, remember in Street Fighter 2 on SNES when you could like have 8 different levels of difficulty? Now it's just been reduced to 3. Whatever, I'll just pick normal. The final boss is probably going to kick my ass like 10 times over until I finally beat them. Just like any other Street Fighter game. So Guile is a Season 3 character, but unfortunately he's not unlockable until you work toward it or buy it. They even have the goal to put they have the goal to put a fucking shopping cart icon on top of it, like, here, you can buy this now. I'm not going to buy any of that stuff, I'm going to eventually unlock it. It might take a while, but I'll eventually get all the shit. So I'm just going to be completely... oh fuck, I pressed the wrong button. So I'm going to be completely original and I'm going to play as Ryu. Because I'm sure nobody in the history of Street Fighter ever plays Ryu. Oh, that's cool. So you've got the default costume and you've got like the one that represents this version. I've heard that this game's got some pretty good costumes you can unlock, but again, it's stuff you have to unlock or pay for. At least it's not loot box microtransaction pay to win bullshit like certain other games, but you know, not super fond of that model, but at least you can eventually unlock this stuff. I've been looking forward to playing Street Fighter V, it's just something I chose not to play at launch because it was like... there was barely any game there to like work with, if that makes sense. Like there was the base game, but there was no arcade mode, no story, no additional stuff beyond online play. It was like version 0.3 or something like that back then. Now it actually looks like a full game. Took them long enough to get to this stage in development. It looks quite nice though, I'll give it that. You have to buy the characters, not necessarily. Like, you can do that, but you can also unlock them manually. It just takes a while to do so. Like, you have to earn... can't remember what it's called, but it's like tokens you earn by doing like matches, arcade, online, all that stuff. The daily challenges. And then once you have enough of those tokens, you can buy characters, stages, costumes, all that kind of stuff. Nice. That's kind of cool that if you finish him off like that, you can knock him into the wall. I honed a single attack at the same way you've honed your body. Right, okay then. Oh, you can choose your opponent. Each character seems to have their own level and rewards, as it shows there. So Dhalsim, or Dhalsim. I usually call him Dhalsim, but apparently it's supposed to be pronounced as Dhalsim. So since I'm playing the Street Fighter 2 arcade ladder, all the characters I'll be fighting will be from Street Fighter 2, like the vanilla Street Fighter 2. I don't think we'll see... what was that guy called? DJ or Fei Long or anything like that, or I forgot what the female character was called. Cammy. Ah. I kinda wish that motion blur wasn't on. Like, I don't know if there's a way to turn that off. I'll have to probably check after this. No, you can't really change the settings here. Ah. Yeah, he's definitely tougher than Zangief. Nice victory pose. Ah, I was trying to grab him. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get that award, like, reward, since I'm getting my arse handed to me by him. Like, I went for the choice that had the higher reward, but now I'm regretting that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the... See, I didn't buy the Street Fighter 2... What was it called? Ultra Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition or something for the Switch. It came out last year. See, I didn't buy that because I didn't think there was much value proposition. Holy shit, that fucking stretching to infinity right there.
9, 8, fight on.
But yeah, I didn't buy that because I didn't think there was much value proposition to it. It was like a remastering of a HD game from 10 years ago, which in itself was based off a 20-year-old game. And it was like $40, and I was like, nope. If it was a $20 eShop game, sure, but it was like a $40 physical game, and it just wasn't. Despite the fact that it sold well enough for Capcom to think, okay, let's support the Switch, I don't think it was like justified price, to be honest. I'm gonna stick with Ryu for now. I don't know how to activate V-Trigger. I'll figure it out. I think it's like a button combination of sorts, like maybe the left and right triggers. But now, after that game came out, Capcom have now announced Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, which is basically every 2D Street Fighter up to Street Fighter Alpha 3, which has a much greater value proposition, so I'm all aboard for that. Like, I'm definitely going to get that when it comes out. Like, they could price that game $60 and I would still buy it because it's got like 12 different games and it's got online support for all of, well, not all of them, but some of the games that were known for having like online support in the past, like Street Fighter Alpha 3. And I think it's got like some extra stuff on the side, like a gallery mode, like a sprite viewer, more background detail on characters. It's kind of neat, like it's a nice package. Kind of felt like they should have launched that to begin with last year. Maybe they just didn't have the time to do that. Hence why we're now getting it this year. So yeah, when Street Fighter Anniversary Collection comes out, I'll definitely be picking that up.
Round 2. Fight.
There we go. Getting through his defences now. Oh, I think I figured out how to do the V-Trigger. Not sure what it does exactly, but I think it's active. Ah, fuck.
You should retreat. Final round. Fight.
That should hit him. Nice. Yeah, he wasn't blocking there when I did that. Nice. I don't know if that was there in the original version of Street Fighter V, like when you beat somebody, they just get knocked into the wall. The words are more or less the same against these two. Right, let's do Ken. Classic old time rival. Classic long time rival. Did anyone ever see, there was a video online about, I can't remember what it was, I think it was like, fuck, what do you call, what was the name of that? It was like an esports thing for fighting games. What's that called? They do it every year. It's like a place where people like play fighting games competitively in front of a big crowd of people. It's like an annual event. But there's this video from like a long time ago, like several years ago, when they were playing. There was these two guys playing Street Fighter Alpha 3. Or, no, it wasn't Alpha 3, I think it was Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. And one guy was playing as Ken, and he was doing like a million parries on this other person's Evil, that's what it's called, yeah. And they were doing like a million parries on this other guy's like Ultra move. Blocked every single one of them and then countered with his own Ultra when they were wide open for attack. I don't remember what that video was called, but you could probably find it on YouTube. It's really fucking good. Especially if you find the version where somebody was recording in the crowd. You really get a feel for the crowd reaction during that moment. I don't generally watch Evo, but I could really see that moment was kind of like a very magical moment for the people that were watching it at that time. Also, if you can't tell, I'm not really good at Street Fighter. I like Street Fighter on a casual level. I'm not amazing at it. That's why I play Ryu, because he's like one of the easier characters to play as. Ryu or Ryu-esque characters. Unfortunately, Akuma needs to be unlocked, so I like playing as Akuma. Let's do Chun-Li. Yeah, Ryu and Ken are kind of the same. There's like minor differences. Like, Ken has like more damaging Shoryukens. Like when you do like the hard-hitting Shoryuken, then that one does generally much more damage. Like it's got like a flame attack thing and a much wider hitbox. Other than that, they're more or less the same. It's a nice bit of lag there. There we go, finally got the grab in. Nice. Good. It's like a fucking moment from Zelda CDI. What was it, Wand of Gamelon or something? Where Zelda kills like a boss and they're like, "You killed me!" And then their response is, "Good!" Yes! Wide open! Get fucked. Nice. Right through the bus. sender packing. I really like that when you beat them like against the wall like that, you just see that animation. It's quite fun. It's very gratifying. So it looks like the mini-games in between fights are also here as well. Don't know why there's a second guy here. Just to get in the way, I guess. Oh wait, Kamiya's here. Cool. I know that Street Fighter V has like some new characters to the series, but I'm doing this first just so I can like get back into the Street Fighter sort of characters and stuff. Like just start with the classics and then we'll see what the new characters are.
Round one. Fight.
You've even got the classic stage as well, that's nice. What version of Street Fighter 2 was she in? Was it like the new Challengers or something? It was like a late version of Street Fighter 2 before they finally moved on to 3 or Alpha. Welcome back, Zachary. Good.
Round two. Fight.
Ah, so much for double perfect. Aw, lame. Right when she was stunned as well. I thought that was going to hit her, but I knocked her up by accident.
You win.
Whatever, still won. Quite easily. Balrog. No second choice there, so I'm guessing this is near the end of the ladder. Did Dan appear in Street Fighter 2? No, he didn't. He appeared in Street Fighter Alpha, in Alpha 2 and Alpha 3. Actually, did Dan appear in Alpha 1? I don't remember. I know he's in Alpha 2 and 3.
Round one. Fight.
But yeah, Dan appeared in the Alpha series of games. He didn't actually appear in the mainline series until 4. He didn't appear in 3. There's quite a few characters in Street Fighter 3 that haven't come back. Like, I think a few have come back, but most of them haven't. It's kind of cool to see all these classic stages just sort of rebuilt to, like, with the modern look and stuff. It looks really nice. That should hit him. Nice. Like some pound kick. Anyone remember that video? If I recall, he's treated like a joke character. Yeah, I think he kind of is. Like, even his story is just kind of like he's supposed to come across this really unlucky, unfortunate person that nobody likes, and he doesn't really get any breaks. I can't remember which story mode I'm thinking of, maybe in Street Fighter 4. Like, because he owns like a dojo or something, and then by the end of it I think he loses his dojo. And his best friend of all people is Blanca, which is kind of funny as well. Like, his only other true friend in the whole world is like a beast that everybody is frightened to come anywhere close to.
Round one. Fight.
So yeah, we're fighting all the boss characters now, so I think Sagat comes after this, and then it'll be M. Bison. Always really sucked at fighting Vega. Ah! Nice. Not having too much trouble fighting him here. I'm kinda worried about Sagat though, because he's usually a pain in the arse. And that's before you get to M. Bison. Ah. Denied. Nice. I was trying to pull off the EX move, but I'm not sure if you have to wait till 3-4 bars. Like, all the 3 bars are full first before you can do that. Like, I was trying now, it didn't work. Oh, there's no Sagat. Okay then. Yeah, I wonder why Sagat's not here. You think he would be here because he's like one of Ryu's long-standing rivals outside of Ken? Oh well. But yeah, get ready for some bullshit. If this M. Bison is anywhere near as cheap as he is in the original game, or Street Fighter 4, or Alpha 3...
Round one. Fight.
They've even recreated this level, that's cool. Thailand! Ah. Gonna see if I can win with a victory by smashing him into the wall. Ah. Nope.
You're weak, pathetic and weak.
Round two. Fight.
See, Street Fighter V would probably do well on the Switch as well, but unfortunately I don't think that's going to be coming to the Switch, due to the fact that I think this game was primarily funded on Sony. Like, Sony funded it mainly, so it was like a console exclusive deal. Still came out on Steam, but I think they're okay with like it coming on PC, like releasing on that platform. Like, I think the deal was mainly that it would be released on PlayStation 4 and not any other console. So yeah, unless it's like a timed exclusive deal, I don't think we'll be seeing SF5 on the Switch anytime soon. Or ever. Come on. Oh, so I think there's a meter there, like a block meter, so you can break the guard if you keep hitting them. I'm not sure. Nice. Right, so that didn't take me nearly as many attempts as I thought it would. Street Fighter 4 would be kinda cool to see on Switch. Like, that was like a... like, the mobile version of Street Fighter 4 was on the 3DS at launch, and that was actually quite good. Like, if they just brought that to the Switch, I would probably buy that as well. Like, just do what they're doing with Mega Man and just bring every single Street Fighter to the Switch. Fail to retrieve data. What data? And the winner is, where did he go? He turned his back toward the champion podium. A man can be seen walking toward his next challenge. Funny how the ending screen shows Sagat even though he didn't appear during the actual arcade level. That's kind of funny.
Thank you for playing.
Of course, they have the actual Street Fighter V ladder there, so you could play like against the actual new characters as well as the ones that return. So, let me check the store to see what kind of time we're looking at, like investing to unlocking these characters. Right, so characters, loading. Right, so they cost 100,000, or I don't know if that's 100,000 or 1 million, I can't quite see all the zeros there. Yeah, I think that's 100,000 tokens. I'm not sure how many tokens I've got, it doesn't say. Maybe if I click on it, it'll tell me how much I've got. Oh, I don't even have a single token. Balance after purchase, negative 100,000. Yeah, I don't think it'll let you buy anything. So there's quite a few characters. I kind of want Akuma because he's a cool character. But yeah, I'm not quite sure how to get the tokens yet, but obviously arcade mode's not one of the ways to get it. Before we go back into arcade mode, let me see if I can turn this motion blur off, because I kind of don't like that. Don't know if I see an option for this. Whoops. Didn't mean to click credits there. Screen settings. Nope.
Round one.
Right, so let me look up real quick how to turn that motion blur off, because there must be a way to disable it. Because I'm not really a fan of the way the game sort of like blurs motion, especially for like a stream. It looks even worse. Or a YouTube video when it gets uploaded. Right, let's see, I'm just going to check Steam discussions real quick. Motion blur. Like, there's not an in-game option to disable it, but I'm pretty sure being a PC game there is a way to turn it off. Is there a way to turn off motion blur? Right, let me just check this real quick, because it's a separate website that tells you how to do this. How to adjust the motion blur with high and max settings. Yeah, just bear with me a moment while I get this. Right, so I think I might know how to turn that off, but I need to do a couple of things before I can actually get this to work. First thing I need to do is close the game. because I'm going to have to change some settings outside of the game. Oh, there's the exit button. So let me do this real quick. It's going to take like a couple minutes, but I think this will turn the blur off so that I don't have to face that again. Right, so Steam apps, Street Fighter V. Intermediate config. Right, there's an INI file called scalability. I'm just talking to myself while I'm reading these instructions. Right, let's see. Copy this. Saved config. Windows no editor. Paste. Open the copied file. Scroll down to post-process quality. Yeah, I'm almost done. Just bear with me a moment. There's like a lot of settings in here and I'm trying to find the right one because it's basically a text file that I've got to change values for, and that should turn off the motion blur. Why couldn't they fucking include an option in the game to do that for you? Like, why do this arbitrary text editing to fucking turn it off? Seriously? Like, for all intents and purposes, this is version 1.0 of the game and it still can't do that, right? Come on, Capcom. Right, head down to the section where you see post-process quality at 0, at 1, at 2, at 3. Right, where is that? To disable the motion blur and get rid of the max process, post-process enabled, make the following changes. Oh wait, I think I know where it is. Motion blur quality equals 0. It's already set to 0 though. Wait a minute. Oh, hang on a second, right, I think I see what's going on here. There's like multiple settings. I'm not reading the chat right now, I'm just trying to get this done first, because it's really bothering me. Set that to 0. Up. Search upwards. Set that to 0. I know how to fix this now, I think. Go up. Right, I think I fixed it. Again, I think this is just kind of silly that you can't turn that off independently. You have to fucking go into these text settings to do it. But whatever. It should be working now. Hopefully. Motion blur is the absolute worst for video games with amazing looking areas. Yeah, I'm not really a I only tolerate motion blur for games that run at 30 FPS on consoles, because at least then it gives you the illusion of smoothness. 60 FPS games that just look sickly to look at. It kind of like makes it look even worse than it really should. Right, let me just apply borderless window mode again, because it's not displaying correctly. 1 second, please. Ah, fuck. I closed the window thingy. Hang on. Game settings. Right, there we go. Think it's working now? Yeah. Right, you guys can see that. Good. Right, fingers crossed that fixed it.
Arcade.
Street Fighter 3. Street Fighter 4. I like that the Street Fighter 1 arcade ladder is just fucking 4 fights. Like, they're not even trying to hide that there's just barely anything in there worth revisiting. Don't know what to do. I think maybe we'll do 4 and then we'll do 5. Actually no, 5 is like 11 fights. Let's do 4. Don't know if I feel like doing this and then doing 5 if 5 is like fucking 11 fights. So yeah, look at all them characters that you could have but you cannot have. Which is a shame because I want him. I've never played these characters admittedly. Like, how could you fucking lock Guile behind a paywall? Come on. Oh, I can't change his costume here. For some reason, I think I need to unlock more costumes for him.
Hey, I was waiting for you.
Alright, here we go then. What was the name of that fucking final boss in Street Fighter 4? Because I really hated that boss. Like, that boss kinda sucked. I don't think it'll be in this game, I don't think it is, but in Street Fighter 4 the final boss was like really cheap. Like, it had like 2 phases to it. The first phase wasn't so bad, but the second phase is where it really gets bullshitty. Like, any possible move you try to do it would just counter it easily and just kick your arse in retaliation. I mean, you could say about any final boss in a Street Fighter game, but he was like a whole different level of bullshittery. I don't remember his name, but I could remember raging so hard at that boss. I did it!
Round 2. Fight.
Right, so I think after this I'll do a little bit of story mode. I'm not sure if the story mode is like one full run or if you can like save in between or whatever, but I'll check out story mode after this and then maybe do a couple online matches. I'm guessing the online matches is mainly where you earn your like currency tokens for like buying characters. I need to learn how to play more Street Fighter characters because I mainly just play like the Ryu style characters. I thought I died there for a second because of his face, but she just hit me at the same time as I finished her off. Yeah, check me out. Hot shit. Quite literally. Well, not the shit part, but the hot. Zangief or Cammy. I guess I'll go with Zangief. Better be careful or he'll crush my skull like fucking sparrow eggs between his thighs. I crush skulls between my thighs like sparrow eggs.
Round 1. Fight.
But I don't know much about Zangief's personality outside of being like a Russian pro wrestler. But I'll fucking love that line from Wreck-It Ralph. Like, every time I hear that, it just makes me laugh. That and that one line that he says in Street Fighter 2, the movie. Change the channel! It was something like that. I can't remember the exact context of it, but I think he was looking at something on the security camera. And he just works out change the channel, which is like a fucking dumbass thing to say. I don't remember much of that movie, but that was like one moment that stuck out to me as just like something I genuinely laughed at.
Round 2. Fight.
Look at all the sheep over there, they look kinda cool. Sheep are always cool. Sheep are cool, but Sheep Man isn't.
You win.
So yeah, to get that victory where you get the finishing animation, you have to knock them against the wall, I think. Because it's not happening right now and I'm nowhere close to the wall. My favourite one so far is just where I knocked Chun-Li into that bus and she's just like sitting there on the bus seat afterwards. Well, that was pretty funny. Yeah, I don't play all that many fighting games. I mainly play Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. Outside of that, it's just Smash Brothers. I know there's like a Dragon Ball C and Z fighter that's coming out, and it looks cool, but I'm not really into Dragon Ball Z. I've never really watched it. So I don't think I would get as much enjoyment out of that as I'm sure a lot of other people will. Because it's obviously targeted at like Dragon Ball Z fans more than anything. Like, I'm sure the gameplay will be pretty solid, but I've never really... I don't think I'll really get as invested in a game like that just because it's not really made for me. So much as it's made for people who love that universe and characters.
Round 2. Fight.
I'm not sure how many arenas the original game had, but this game seems to have quite a number of arenas by comparison. Like the original version of Street Fighter V when it first came out. Yes! I was trying to do that the last time, it didn't work. Fucking foot to the face. Nice. Also, I think the motion blur has been removed. Like, I haven't really noticed it as much. In fact, I don't think it's there at all. I completely forgot that I was even looking out for the motion blur to see if it worked, but I think it did work, so... Let me check more closely this time for the next fight. Like, I was just kinda like, not really paying attention.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, I think it's turned off now, excellent. I'm sure you guys might have noticed it as well, like there's no like blurriness around the edges when they're like moving, which is pretty much all the time since it's a fighting game they would move all the time. Like I said, I can kind of excuse motion blur in a game that runs like half the frame rate of like a 60 FPS game. If nothing else to give the illusion of smoothness, but if it's fucking 60 FPS you don't really need that shit, it just makes it look very, very wishy-washy, I don't like it. Ah fuck, why is it Dowson that's giving me more problem than anyone else? Like, every other character, pretty much I can deal with, but not him. Yoga Flame! Ah. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this, but there's like a beta coming out for that Metal Gear Solid Survive. I don't plan on getting Survive, but since there's like a free beta coming out, I might check that out. If nothing else, just to see what kind of game it would actually be, like, in practice, when it's actually... Like, because it won't be the final game, and yet most betas are usually like the near final version anyway, so you might as well call it the final version. So I could pretty much gauge what kind of experience you would get just by playing the beta. Love the animation. Ah. I'm not letting him pull a comeback. Yeah, I kind of cheesed that there a bit. Whatever. I noticed the characters in the background are running at 30 FPS for some reason. It's weird. I guess it's just what they have to do to make sure that the fight itself runs fluidly. I don't like. It's not that big of a deal because you don't normally pay attention to the background characters. But it's just kind of funny to see them running at 30 FPS with everything else. Like, even the elephant runs at 60, it's just that the actual characters, like, cheering you on are, like, a little bit more jank. It just kind of amuses me. Ah. Nice.
You win.
When I was growing up, I was always more into Mortal Kombat than Street Fighter. I'm not sure why, maybe it was the violence, maybe it was the characters. But I was really into Mortal Kombat back in the day. And I still love Mortal Kombat as a series. Like, I still think it's a lot of fun to play. Like, Mortal Kombat 10 was pretty good, despite its many shortcomings on launch, but it was still a pretty good game. Mortal Kombat 9 might be my favourite of the series, just because it's like a little bit of everything. And the story mode is like a retelling of the stories from Mortal Kombat's 1 through 3. Like, it's like a reboot sort of story, but it's actually really well done. Like, the story mode in that game was kind of like laying out the groundwork for future story-based fighting games. So, games like, what's it called? The other game by the same company. The name's escaped me. It's that superhero fighting game with the DC characters. Injustice. Like, every major fighting game after that pretty much follows the same sort of format, and I think that's like the best way to do like a story mode in a fighting game. Not sure if this game does that though, since I haven't checked story mode yet. Probably not. I guess we'll find out soon, after I'm done with this arcade ladder. Because that's literally the next thing I'm going to check out. Also, I think Sakura is meant to be unlockable as well, so she's like yet another character you can't get right off the bat. Even if I bought the full version of the game, I think she's like a Season 3 character, which is not inclusive with the physical version of the game. Like, if you bought the arcade edition, like, if you bought the arcade edition by itself and not by the base game and update, you get Seasons 1 and 2 for free, but you don't get the Season 3 characters, which came out with the arcade edition. So even if you bought, like, the arcade base game and not the base game, you'd still have to pay for the Season 3 characters if you don't want to grind for them. Of course, I bought the base game, so now I have to, like, grind for all 3 seasons worth of characters, because I don't think I want to pay for them. It's just going to take me a really fucking long time to get all of them now.
UK. Fight!
Oh, it's like a British train station. That's cool. It almost looks like the train station that is like in the town closest to me. I mean, I think most train stations in the UK kind of look like this anyway, but it's kind of weird to look at it and say, oh, that kind of looks familiar. Like, not every single train station looks like this. There's like a lot of smaller train stations that are like very simple, but I think like massive major, like the major ones look like this, and I know like a major one fairly close to me.
Fight!
Also, I love the fucking British girls in the background there that were just like dancing and shit. Like, see them? Of course, it can't be the UK without an obligatory red phone box in the background. At least it's not blue. Also, thank God that Vega's not at his own level, so he can't fucking do that background fence bullshit. Yeah, this game looks far better without the motion blur. Why isn't there an option to turn that off manually? Nice. I think I've got like 2 more fights and then we're done with this arcade ladder.
You win!
I'm feeling a bit rough on my seat right now because I'm not using the same computer seat because it's not... See, my computer seat broke recently. I don't know if you remember me talking about my seat squeaking. Turns out part of the seat was like breaking down and I didn't even realise. Like the base of it was like ready to fall apart because I've been using it for a while. So I couldn't really sit on it after a while because it was like sort of becoming near unusable, and then finally like the base of it sort of snapped. Thankfully I wasn't properly sitting on it at the time, but I just felt like it was ready to fall apart, and it did. So I'm using a different seat right now. I'm just using like a kitchen seat, and it's fine for sitting for like a couple hours, but after that it becomes a real... Let's just say it's not really designed for sitting for more than 2 hours at a time. So occasionally I have to like sort of stand up just to like... Just to kind of like adjust myself a little bit because it's a bit of a pain otherwise. I've got a new computer seat coming, but it won't be for another couple days. I think like Friday is when I get it. So yeah, until then I'm gonna have to use the seat that I'm using right now. What game am I playing after this? I'm not really sure. I might actually just call it after I'm done with this. Well, that's why I said maybe more, because I'm thinking maybe a third game, but sometimes I'm not really committing to that idea, so it's more of a maybe, maybe not idea.
You win!
Especially with the seat I'm sitting on right now, I don't know if I want to do a third game while sitting in it, because it's just going to... I got a feeling that I'm going to sleep tonight and I'm just going to wake up tomorrow with really sore like legs and lower body because of the way this seat is designed. Like I said, the seat is fine for sitting on, it's just not fine for sitting on for long durations. That's why you absolutely need a computer seat for like a desktop, because if you're sitting there for hours doing stuff like streaming or watching YouTube videos, you need something comfortable to sit in for extended periods.
This is the path of my destiny.
But I don't have any other seating to sit on right now, so this is the only option. Either that or fucking stream standing, which I can't really do anyway because the microphone wouldn't even reach me if I'm standing. I was trying to grab him there. Ah. You think I might enjoy playing Nash or Gaio? Gaio has to be unlocked. Not sure who Nash is. Is that like a new character?
I did it. Round 2. Fight.
Ah. Try to see if I can knock him against the wall. Fuck. Yes. Nice. Nice. Fucking sent him flying. Yeah, see, Mortal Kombat has always been known for like really cool finishers because you can like beat characters and shit. But in this game it's more like if you can finish the character by knocking them against one of the two side walls, you get like a cool finishing animation of them being defeated. Which I guess is a pretty good way of this game sort of doing something like that, but not resorting to like over the top killing violence and shit. Because obviously Street Fighter's not really about that. Right, Ken Masters is an accomplished businessman and a decorated champion fighter. And also now a proud father.
Thank you for playing.
There you go, that's 2 of the 7 arcade ladders complete. I'll do the rest another time. Let's do some story mode then. Play through the storylines provided in the backdrop of Street Fighter V. You never knew Ken was a dad? Yeah, I think it was Street Fighter 3 or 4 that was established. He had like a girlfriend that he became married to. In fact, I think it might be even further back than that. Possibly Street Fighter 2, but it was more well documented by Street Fighter 4, I think. But I don't think he was like a father until this game, because I don't remember hearing about that, but I had a feeling that it was eventually going to lead into him being a family man, based on the previous games' story. He got married in Street Fighter 2. Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember his ending being something like that. Right, so let's do some story mode for a little bit. Actually, before we do that... Gonna turn the voice up just a little bit more. Can't play general story, I have to play character story. Okay then. I guess I'll just start with Ryu. Finding true strength.
The answer. There shouldn't only be one.
Must destroy everything. The power of absolute destruction. To kill. That is the only destiny of your fist.
No, you're wrong. That can't be the only answer.
New Zealand.
So, you've awakened. Master, You were nearly consumed by the Satsui no Hado. I was. I take it you're Ryu, yes? Yes. And you? I am Rashid of the Turbulent Wind, a hero of the wind who...
This is one of the Street Fighter V characters, isn't it?
And why has a hero come here? Long story, I won't bore you with it. In any case, could I ask you for a favor? I would appreciate a match. I wish to test my mettle against you. Master. But why? The internet said when you assume a fighting stance, he doesn't hesitate to fight back. Are you not feeling well?
Don't believe everything that it says, Rashid.
In the heart of battle. Did you somehow forget? You say that all the time. But Master, it may eventually overwhelm. The heart of battle is not just to understand opponents, but yourself as well. If fear of yourself stays your feet, you won't find the answer. Of course, you don't need me to tell you that. Hey! If you're not up to fighting today... Understood. I'll fight. Yeah, that's the spirit.
Yeah, I need to try this character. He looks like he could be fun. Oh, I wasn't expecting the game to like just stop there. I thought it was going to be like, round 1, fight! So yeah, this is like this side story about like Ryu trying to control... I can't remember what it was called there, but basically his darker side, like evil Ryu. Like that's been an ongoing subplot of the Street Fighter series for a while now. Like since Street Fighter 3, I think? I'm not sure.
Well, I totally lost.
I'm not like the most well versed in the Street Fighter lore, but I know that it's been a thing for a while. So it's just one fight.
I learned more about my skills, and I'll get to go home with a great story. Thank you. I'm glad I was able to fight.
Oh cool, I got some credits.
Yeah, me too.
Only another 97,000 to go.
You are leaving? Like him, I need to better understand this power. Then I believe you should seek out Ken. He has been very worried about you lately. Yes.
Are you going to do the full story? Probably,
Sorry,
bit by bit.
Master told me about how you're doing. And about the Satsui no Hado.
The Fist of Destruction. I must find an answer. Something that doesn't lead to it.
Okay. I can help you with that. Come on, you!
Yeah, let's do it.
I must tell you though, playing a fighting game with an Xbox One controller using the D-pad is really good. I don't know if I mentioned on the stream, I might have said it in passing in the last week, but I've ordered an adapter for the Nintendo Switch that lets me plug my Xbox One controller into the Switch USB port and basically emulate the Pro controller using an Xbox One pad. I haven't got it yet, I think I'm getting it next week. But I bought the adapter primarily so that I can play like more D-pad intensive games on the Switch, like Puyo Puyo Tetris and the upcoming Street Fighter collection.
Even if you lost yourself to the Satsui no Hado, I'd be here to take you down and stop it. So relax already. Just go and fight.
Right.
Try not to talk too much over the voices.
Just the man I wanted to see.
The Satsui no Hado is...
A power no man should have. These powers are drawn to each other, as I expected. We're going to have a fight. I need to understand this power, to know its use and its limits.
Can you guys hear the voices okay in this game, or do I need to crank up a little bit?
To know as well.
Because it's relatively quiet for me, but I'm not sure if it's even being picked up in the stream. Another fighting game that I want to revisit at some point is Skullgirls, because I think it got like a proper story mode with like voice acting and like more like cinematics and stuff. So I would probably play Skullgirls at some point. Like, I played that years ago when it, like, back then the game was complete anyway, but it didn't have as much of a story mode.
Satsui no Haro. It wasn't anything like I expected it to be.
I'm still struggling to suppress it completely.
So yeah, Skullgirls would probably happen at some point.
Until I find what lies ahead with this power, I'll keep moving.
Could be louder.
And fighting, no matter what the answer is.
Yeah, I'll try to adjust it in a sec.
Then I guess it turns out we're not really after the same thing. But I did get something out of it. Thanks for that.
Until we meet again.
Right, I think I've completed his portion of the story. Yeah, each character's story is like a little, kind of short, like kind of bite-sized. But once you've done all of them, I guess it like brings together the story properly, and then you can do general story. Which I'm assuming is like all of them in one. So that was Nash. Yeah, I should maybe try him out. Real quick before I do that though, let's fix the volume settings.
Round one.
I'm turning those down so that I can up the Windows audio mixer volume, which has already been turned down to like 10%. So I'm going to up that to like 20%, I guess.
Hadouken! Hadouken!
I take it that sounds better.
Hadouken!
Round one.
Hadouken! Hadouken! Hadouken!
Story.
Right, so let's do.
Come to think, we've always been like that.
We'll do
since way
Ken
back.
we'll do Ken as well. And then I'll pick a different character that's not a Ryu style.
Is Mel still out?
Like a light. Are you sure this is okay? Should we really go to a party on your only day off?
Any other day I would have said no. But today we've got an invite from Miss Kanzuki. Plus, the added bonus. Her parties always attract the strongest fighters around.
So you're going to a party to get into a fight?
Of course. Why wouldn't I? I gotta make sure I have more wins than him this year.
No matter how old you two get, it never ends.
What?
It's been like this since the beginning. You fight well, but why do you fight? Are you just fighting for money? For fame? Or do you like the attention?
I fight because there's a man I have to defeat. Until that day comes, I won't ever stop.
And ever since then, I think I've lost count of how many times I've seen you two fight. Are you two really going to do this now?
Check this out.
Oh, it's a
Liza.
flashback. Ah, I keep fucking waiting for the announcer to tell me to start the fight. That keeps catching me off guard. Ah, I shouldn't have did that right away.
Nice hit! Nice hit!
I deliberately did that just so I could knock him into the wall.
Next one.
And there you go, that's that fight.
I could have sworn it was this way.
Yeah. And that's exactly why it would have been a good idea to let the butler guide us.
Hey, you two. Wouldn't be trespassing in here, would you?
Oh god, that voice.
No, man. The three of us are guests at the party tonight.
Look, don't put up a fuss. Just let me quietly crush ya.
Guess I have no choice.
So yeah, this guy is from Street Fighter Alpha 3, if I recall correctly.
Haven't I seen you before?
What? Who thought he cares?
Truth, I've got to be honest, I wasn't fucking expecting that kind of a voice to come out of a character like that. Because in previous games it was like very deep grunts, it'd be like "Rrrr!" And now in this game it's like, I am a British guy, I tell you what. Can I just crush you for a minute? Blimey. Oh, he was in Street Fighter 1 as well? Right, okay, I didn't know that. Well, his first proper, like, appearance then besides that, like, in a game that everybody's played, or most people have played. Did he just say bugger
I
off?
swear I've seen you around somewhere before. Well, give or take 200 pounds.
You gate-crashing piece of rubbish.
Rubbish.
I'm telling you, we're on the guest list. Look!
It's legit.
Welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Masters. And this must be Mel. I'm so glad you could make it.
Thank you for inviting us, Miss Karin.
Oh, it seems there's been a lack of etiquette. To make amends, would you accept a pre-meal match?
I'm honored.
I can't believe you.
Yeah, he's not gonna fucking let him
Okay,
being a
let's
family
see
man
what you
slow him
got.
down. He'll still
I'm
fucking
sure to
accept
enjoy
any
this,
fight.
fighting a man of your prowess.
Was that you've got a broken leg? Oh, that doesn't matter. I'll challenge you anyway. I want to see the finisher in this arena, if I can get it. Shit. There we go. Aw. Didn't work.
Oh, Daddy?
Oh?
Oh, did you wake up, Mel?
I'll have someone take you all to your guest room.
Do you think Ryu is coming?
He's out there fighting against.
Yeah, I think you need to do like a strong attack on the edge of the screen to actually knock them into the wall. Because I think that was like
I
a
don't
weak
know what
attack
kind
and it
of
didn't
answers
work.
he'll find in that battle. Honestly, I'm not sure if there is one.
Ken.
But I know he's gonna keep moving forward, no matter how difficult it is. That's just who he is. And I'm gonna do the same thing.
The same as always.
Alright, we'll see you later. Chris B, thanks for watching. We've got those complete. How many others are there available? I'm going to practice with the character before I actually go in with them. Right, where's Nash? Let me try him out. Oh, there he is. So yeah, I don't remember him having that faceplate on. I guess that's like something that happened between 4 and 5. How did he change costume? Oh, I can't. I don't have the other costume yet. Oh well. Die.
I'll show no mercy.
Hey, I was waiting for you.
There's also stories for all of the buyable characters. Yeah, well, it's going to be a while before I get all of them. I noticed I was getting credits by doing all of the story things, but I don't think you can like constantly replay that to get credits over and over. I think you can only like get them one time. Rank 771,928. Oh gee, thanks game for letting me know how fucking low on totem pole I was without me even going online. So let's see what kind of moves can you do. Oh wait, are his moves the same as Guile's? I think they are.
Down you go. Sonic!
Well, he's got Sonic Boom, which is the same as Guile's.
Over here. Charge your gun. Get lost! Get lost! I'll end you. You're caught. I'll take that. Sort up. Over here. Charge your gun.
Want to try his special thingy?
You're caught. I'll take that. You're caught. I'll take that.
Yeah, I'm not having much success doing this.
Down you go. Muso! Sonic! Sonic! Muso!
Can even do a suplex.
Not so easy. Sonic! Crap! 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 Crap!
Crap. Right, I think I've got a feel for him now. So let's do his portion of the story, I suppose. The man who lost it all. Right, so this one's just 3 fights, not 4.
There's a scenario that all poker players fall into at least once. They call it tilt. Tilt, simply put, is when a player will lose their objectivity to emotion, then lose the game. A man's most crushing loss is always to himself.
You have regained consciousness. It's a miracle. You had broken bones everywhere. At first, we thought you were already dead. Do you remember what happened to you?
I remember. Even I lost the game once. And the price was my very life.
You're not cleared for duty, Charlie. Commander's orders.
So he sends you to
So that's
stop
why he's
him?
got a similar moveset.
I
They
don't
know
care if
each
it's the
other.
brass in my way or just you. I'm stopping Shadaloo and Bison.
What happened to you, Charlie? Where's that calm and cool demeanor? If you go this alone, you're not coming back. Please, Charlie, at least let me help.
No, you have a family to go home to. I'm going to stop them alone. I have to do it.
Charlie.
Fighting Zangief, I guess.
Your memory is back already. Do you remember when you fought with Bison?
I remember.
And what happened after that?
Yes. So we finally meet, Bison.
Well, well. The appearance of the brave man of justice from the American military.
Is that whoops I hear in the background? Wop 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 wop. Keep fucking forgetting that the fights just start like that. Like, it's not really an issue, it's just something that I don't fucking expect to happen. Due to being so conditioned with the Street Fighter, like... Oh, there we go. Nice. I like that. But I've just been so conditioned with Street Fighter just being like, wait for the announcer to say round 1 fight, and then you're ready. In this, it just drops you into the fight immediately.
Tell me everything you know. What's the connection between you and our military's top brass?
That grin, though. Oh.
Did they really betray me? Could they have...
I hate these notifications that pop up mid-story. Could wait till after the story segments to show me that.
Worked against you as well, under the orders of Bison.
And now?
Currently, you are considered missing in action. In fact, everybody thinks you were killed that day, and the world moved on. This must be so hard for you. My condolences. And now, it looks as if Bison is in another bid for world conquest.
Do you know where Bison is?
No, I'm sorry, I still don't know where he is. But I do have some other information. If you help me, I'll give you all the information I have. Would you be interested? Don't worry. Just give it some thought. For now, why don't you go out for a couple of days and see the world? You can see what you've missed and you might have a good time.
You must be a member of Shadowloo. Now where's Bison?
Let me go! I'm in a hurry! Huh? Wow. Not something you see every day.
Talk!
Ooh, scary.
You punk. That's psycho power.
Assaulting a minor's illegal, you know. You better watch out.
That power is...
That doesn't matter. I'd be more worried about yourself. Aren't you supposed to be dead? Since you're oblivious, here's some free advice. Dead bodies generally don't move around or fight people. I wouldn't bet much on your body lasting too long. So I wouldn't waste my time hanging around here if I were you.
Wait a second, you little brat. Now I've got that fool Balrog just... Huh?
Another from Shadowloo?
Who is that? Is that a new character? Fang. Nice walking animation.
Moonsault! You're caught! I'll take that. Over here! Down you go! Down you go!
Down you go!
Get lost! Get lost! You're caught! You're caught! I'll take that. You're caught! I'll take that. Sonic! You're caught! I'll take that.
Nice. I'm guessing he's a Street Fighter V character.
How annoying!
Have you made up your mind?
I guess so.
Wonderful. Then, why don't we start?
A man's most crushing loss is always to himself. But it is also only he that can prevail over himself. I am not going to lose again. I've lost my world, my friends, everything. But I won't lose this anger or this hatred. I'll kill Bison. And no one will stop me.
So yeah, Nash is kind of a fun character, I like him. Shame Zangief is locked away, so we won't be able to play him for a while yet. So let's have a look at the challenges. I think this is where I can also get some tokens. I'm not actually sure if these give you tokens, doesn't really tell you. Let's see what's extra battle. Shinakuma strikes. Oh wait, it costs you credits to do this? Right, Right, so participation fee is 1,000. I've got 24,000, so I could do this up to 24 times if I wanted, but I've got a feeling it's going to be a pain in the arse, so I'm not sure. How long is this for? 5 days? Maybe check that another day. Check the rewards. Where are those? Oh wait, tells you down the bottom, right. Titles, Prince of Darkness. Oh, there's the... Yeah, all the other rewards have like numbers to them, so that must be how much credits you get. Right, that makes sense. Survival.
Let's go.
Let's try survival on easy to see how easy I can do this. Got some credits just for starting that.
This is the path of my destiny.
If you stand in my way, I will kill you.
Ready. Fight. Break you. Shoryuken. Shoryuken. Hadouken. Shoryuken. Tatsumaki Senpukyaku. Shoryuken. Tatsumaki Senpukyaku.
Ah!
Hadouken. Shoryuken. Hadouken. Shoryuken. It can't be over.
Not sure if my health recovers any at all. Like, normally that's the idea, but in some survival modes, like you're... Oh, I see, like you can spend points, I get how it works now. Oh, I don't really need to do that. That's an interesting idea. Like, you can spend your points in between matches. Huh. Okay then. Don't really need any of those. Yeah, because in some games with survival mode, your health recovers a little bit between matches. But this game does it a little bit differently, where you have to spend your earning points in between. That's kind of a cool idea, I like that. Bit of a risk-reward system there, like do you spend money, well not money, but do you spend the earned points, or do you save them up? I think I prefer that system. I'm not sure which fighting game I'm thinking of that does the thing where your health recovers a little bit between each match. It might be Soul Calibur. That might be what I'm thinking of. Like, it doesn't fully replenish your health, it just like recovers it by like 15-20% per match. It might be Soul Calibur. Right, I think I could do a third match. Maybe do like another couple matches and then I'll heal up.
Come on.
Come on!
Turn up the heat. Ready. Fight. Shoryuken.
Hopefully I get a good amount of credits for beating this, even though it's on easy mode. Like, hard mode would probably get me more, but I don't know if I'll be able to do that. At least not for a while anyway. Nice.
Good.
Good. So this is fight number 4, I think.
Wind. Remember the name well. Ready.
Yeah, this is 4. We've got to do 10 fights. If you didn't know. Too soon. I was trying to time that for him getting back up there, so they couldn't block it. Right, maybe I should heal up now. My health is looking a bit low. Did I pick that there?
This is the path of
I'm
my
assuming
destiny.
I picked that.
Ready.
Yeah, I did pick it, right, okay.
Fight.
Didn't really give me the feedback to say, okay, you selected this, it just kind of moved on without actually saying. So I wasn't actually sure if it did to like select it and used it.
Shinku Hadouken! Shoryuken! Shoryuken!
Right, so far so good.
Good.
So far so good. So the health recovery and like the power-ups and stuff change with every match. So you don't always get the same thing.
Ready.
I'm assuming she's a Street Fighter V character because I don't remember her face at all. This is probably the mode I'm going to end up spending the most time on outside of like online ranked matches in order to get credits for characters.
Hadouken! Shoryuken! Shoryuken!
Yeah.
Hadouken! Shoryuken! Hadouken! Tatsumaki Senpu! Shinku Hadouken!
There we go.
Good.
I should probably heal up.
Boy, it ain't too late to run off to mom.
See, I don't want to spend too many points because I think the more points you have, the more credits you'll get by the end of it. But if I'm running low on health, then I might as well use some of those points to make sure I don't lose. I'm gonna beat you up, I'm British. Or Australian, I don't know. It sounds British. That was easy. Yep, that was very easy. Yeah, you have to do like a really hard hit to knock him into the side. Here's Fang.
I'll finish you in 2 minutes.
I'll finish you in 30 seconds.
Fight. Break you! Shoryuken! Shoryuken! Tatsumaki Senpu! Hadouken! Shoot! Hadouken! Shoryuken!
Sorry, did I say 30 seconds? I meant 13 seconds.
Good.
Right, who's next?
I'll show you the
Oh yeah, I can't remember her name, but she's from Alpha 3. I remember her face. Karen. Or Karen? I think it's Karen.
Shoryuken! Tatsumaki Senpu! Hadouken! Shoryuken! Shinku Hadouken! Shoryuken! Shoryuken!
Right, one more fight. My health is very close to high, so I don't think I need to heal. Or... nah, I think I'll be fine. I say that and I'm gonna get fucking wrecked on the last fight, just watch.
Devour our...
Well, what the fuck are you?
Fight! Shoryuken!
Is this like the boss character of Street Fighter V or what? There we go. His name is Nikali. See ya.
Congratulations.
But yeah, his name is Nikali. I'm assuming he's also a Street Fighter V character because I've never seen him before. Well, there you go. That wasn't too bad. I don't know if you get any credits for that. I'm assuming so. I mean, I got credits just for starting it. Yeah, there we go. 4,000 credits. 5,000 XP. Reached level 12. So I'm assuming if you keep doing that over and over, you either keep getting 4,000 credits or you get less every time for the same character. I'm not sure how that works.
End your suffering.
This chair is uncomfortable. Very much so.
If you stand in
I'll
my
probably
way,
be
I
wrapping
will
the
kill
stream
you.
up soon-ish because of that.
If
I
you
might not even
stand
do
in
some
my
online
way,
matches
I
because
will
I'm
kill you.
actually... Let's just say that I'm not feeling very comfortable in this seat right now that I'm using since the computer chair is out of commission.
Down you go.
In fact, hang on, I really need to adjust. One moment. Yeah, this chair was not built for sitting that much. Like, it's not built for sitting for this long. That much is painfully obvious to me now. With an emphasis on the word pain. Like, I'm not like in agony or anything, but my legs are feeling a little bit strained now trying to sit on this for longer than I should. So I might actually end the stream soon so that I don't like strain myself too much. Maybe stop after this.
Down.
But yeah, that computer chair that I'm getting to replace the one that broke down,
Right, let's begin.
that can't come soon enough. I'm gonna have to see if I can find like I'm gonna have to see if I can find some way to make this chair more comfortable to sit on. Maybe put a pillow on it or something, because it's quite solid around the edges. And that's making both my legs and both my upper legs and lower body feeling a little bit sore just like sitting on it. It's a pain in the arse. It's quite literally a pain in the arse, actually. So yeah. Apologies for the fact that I have to like constantly adjust. How long have I been streaming for actually? About 4.5 hours? Yeah, I should probably wrap up soon anyway. So we'll finish this survival and then... I was going to do some online matches, but I don't think I feel like I've got it in me to do that after this.
Turn up the heat. Ready. Fight.
So I think I'll save that for next time. I'll probably do online matches off stream, since I'll have to like grind for credits to get unlockable characters.
Not so easy. You're caught. You're caught. I'll take that.
Nice.
I suggest you stay down.
I think I can go one more match without having to heal.
I am Rashid of the Turbulent Wind.
Hopefully Rashid doesn't
Remember the
fucking beat
name
the shit
well.
out of me.
Ready. Fight.
Hopefully Rashid doesn't beat the Rashid out of me. That was a terrible joke, I apologise.
Sonic! You're caught! Take that. Not so over here. Charging up. Not so easy. Sonic! Down you go. Get lost! Down you go.
Nice.
I suggest you stay down.
Yeah, I probably get more credits in harder difficulty. That's the thing though, if I do it in hard mode I probably won't be able to finish it because it will be much more difficult to complete. Let's go for that actually. I don't feel confident to do one more match with that amount of health.
This is the path of my destiny.
Knowing me though, I'll probably end up being able to do this without getting hit too much, like maybe once or twice at most.
Sonic!
Nice. Timed that perfectly.
You're caught.
You're caught.
No chance. Slash. Not so easy.
Yeah, like I said, I didn't fucking get hit that much at all there. Like maybe once, and that was
I
it.
suggest you stay down.
Better to be safe than sorry though. Yeah, let's go into stage 6. 5 more fights to go and I'm gonna stop.
Boom! That's how you start the fight and finish it quickly.
Let me guess, I take it she's from Brazil because her colours are both green and yellow. Because you know, green and yellow like the colours of the Brazilian flag. Do you know what movie I haven't seen for a while but I should really check out again? Rio. Like, Rio is a really good movie. In fact, I think I've got it on Blu-ray now. Like, I used to have it on DVD. But since I got the PlayStation 4, I've been gradually building up my Blu-ray collection, because up until that point I had lots of DVDs. So yeah, I think I've got the Blu-ray version of Rio, which I haven't watched, so I should check that out and see the difference in quality. I'm gonna risk it, because I think I'll be fine on the next rounds.
Boy, it ain't too late to run off to Mum now. Ready.
They even spell mum with a U and not an O. That's how fucking British he is.
Slice you up.
Slice you up.
Not so easy. Moonsault. Why you slash? Moonsault. You're caught. I'll take that. Slice you up. Moonsault. Sonic. Yeah. Moonsault.
Come on.
Moonsault. Sonic.
Nice. That was close. Need to heal up.
I don't have time for this.
Nice. That's what I was hoping for. High recovery.
2 minutes. I'll finish you in 2 minutes. Ready. Fight. You're caught. I'll take that. You're caught. I'll take that. Smash. Crap.
But yeah, the reason I was thinking of Rio there was because I think this is a Brazilian level. It looks like it's in Brazil. And I saw like a toucan in the background, which reminds me of one of the characters from Rio.
Down you go. All mine. Sonic. Sort up. Moonsault. Get
But yeah, Rio is quite an
You
enjoyable
stay down.
CGI movie if you haven't seen that.
show
Yeah,
you the
Fang is a
divide in our
strange
paths.
character. I want to learn more about him, so I might learn how to play as him and then do his story mode to get some more context.
You're caught.
Ah, tried to do a grab and she broke out of it.
Sonic, break! Get lost!
You know, I'm kind of hoping that Soul Calibur 6 comes to the Switch. Like, they didn't announce it during the Game Awards. Like, they just said Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. But I'm kind of feeling like that maybe it is coming to the Switch, they're just not announcing it yet. Maybe Nintendo wants to wait until a future Direct to announce that, because that seems like the kind of thing they would do. I mean, Dark Souls Remastered was something that was known for a little while, and then we didn't know that it was coming to Switch until just last week. So who knows, maybe... Wait, since I've got a lot of points, I'm just going to add a little bit of extra health. I think I'll be fine with that. Just in case Nikali fucking kicks my arse.
Final stage. Fight.
Sonic! You're caught. Take that. Down you go. It's all mine.
Ah, shit. Yes! I was hoping that would hit. I love that. I love that attack animation. That's a good one. No mercy.
Slice you up. Sonic! Slash! Sonic! Moonsault! Sonic! Slash! Slice you up. Yeah!
There we go.
Congratulations.
Well, it's a new record for the score, at least, in the time. So that's cool. Yep, got another 4,000 credits. Right, so I think that would be a good place to stop since I've been playing this for like a couple hours now. I would have done some online matches, but I really need to get off this seat, like, properly. Like, I can't just, like, stand up for a minute and then sit back down, because it does alleviate the problem, but it only just comes back really quickly. So, yeah, maybe I should look for a way to make this seat more comfortable for longer periods for the next stream. Because I don't think I'll be getting that computer seat till Friday, I think. I don't think I'm going to be getting it tomorrow. So yeah, it's kind of a pain in the arse. Like, I say that, but I didn't fucking mean it like that. I just mean like it's just a pain to deal with. But it's also a pain in the arse, quite literally. So yeah, I'll definitely be playing more of this. I'm going to play it off the stream as well, just so I can like grind for points. The currency, I can't remember what it's called, so that I can eventually unlock characters. Because before I go off the stream, let me tell you, well, I can't get the US prices because I'm looking at the UK storefront, but I can tell you roughly how much it would come to. So Street Fighter V Arcade Edition has 3 season characters, seasons 1, 2 and 3. Season 1 is £8, or about $13, $14. Season 2 is £12, or about $17, $18, maybe closer to $20. Season 3, which came out today alongside the Arcade Edition, is £25, which is about $45, I think, somewhere in that ballpark. So yeah, it's quite expensive, and I don't fucking want to... Like, I want to support developers and all, but I don't want to pay for all this junk when I already paid for the game. But I don't really... Like, if I can get it for free, I would rather go through the grind for it, because I know I can eventually get all this stuff. So yeah, it's... whatever, I guess... if people have got expendable income and they don't have as much time, they can buy this stuff. So, you do you, I guess. It's just not really something I prefer to do.